Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करना तक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Yoga Sutra begins which is attributed to Patanjali Maharshi. He is only a compiler of all the principles of Yoga Shastra. He is not the originator or the creator of Yoga Shastra. It is attributed to Kapil Muni, or also called as Hiranyagarbha. Like Bhagwan Vedavyasa has not written Vedas, that knowledge was already there. He only compiled it and classified in 4 categories, depending upon the type of presentation. Rigveda is Rucha Pradhan. Yajurveda is the prose order. See? In this manner, Samaveda is Sangeet Pradhan. And Atharvana Veda is based on many medicines and other parts. So depending upon the type of subject matter, the knowledge was classified by Bhagwan Vedavyasa. Similarly, before Patanjali Maharshi also this yoga knowledge was there. It is not created by any. That knowledge which is created is subject to destruction. See? But that knowledge which is already there cannot be destroyed. See? So, in the first sutra, we were told, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. Atha means what? Now we are ready. Yoga Anushasanam. Anushasanam is the authority. See? So, what is the authority of the yoga? That we are going to tell you. Then what is the yoga? Yoga Samadhau. Yuja. There are 3 meanings. One is the samadhi, second is the relationship, and the third is the means. So, after having told this, then in the second sutra, the yoga was defined. This is one simple and most beautiful thing in the sutra language. One sutra is presented and one word which is newly introduced. That word is explained in the next sutra. So, Atha Yoganuशाsanam. Then the thought comes, what is yoga? So, yoga, chitta vritti nirodha. So, we have explained that. Then chitta vritti nirodha, what is the meaning of the vritti? See? And what kind of vritti should be suspended, nirodha? That was done. If the chitta vritti nirod happens, then in the third sutra it was told, tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. So if we attain perfect suspension of thoughts, then the seeker is merging in his essential nature, sarupe avasthanam. After that, next thought comes. Suppose we are not able to attain chitta vritti nirodha, then vritti sarupyam itaratra. Then you will get identified with the thoughts, and with the joyful thoughts you will become joyful, with the miserable thought you will become miserable. So we will start dancing according to the thoughts. Now, after having said this, then we have seen this thing yesterday. How the thoughts function, how the knowledge happens, these points we have taken yesterday. Just to summarize, any object which is not included in the mind does not create a thought. Thought is the mind in whose womb there is an object. See? Mind, in the womb of the mind, there is an object. That mind is called as thought. Until such time, those objects are contained in the mind, the thought will be there. You cannot get rid of the thought. Then, according to the thought, the life continues. So, how the thoughts are born? First, vritti vyapti, object is included in the mind. There is an objective aspect of the thought. In that objective thought, the consciousness reflects as chidabhasa, then that thought becomes enlivened. Earlier it was inert, now it has become enlivened. After enlivening of the thought, then the knower is born. So, who is a knower? Knower is the thought containing in its womb the object plus the reflection of the consciousness in that thought together constitute the knower. See? And then only the knowledge happens. So complicated? It is not complicated. See, for you and me, I cannot say you, but for me, working of the computers is so complicated because I don't know anything. And those who know, the small kids, they can do. In the same manner, if we are at peace, it is very easy to understand. Then, because of the modifications of the thoughts, we also get modified and then we are happy or miserable. This is how the vritti sarupyam itaratra. This is what you are saying. Now, okay, what are the types of thoughts, vrittis? This is the next sutra, the fifth one. Vrittayaha panchatayyaha klishta aklishtacha. See? There are five types of thoughts. Vritti. I'll use the word vritti only, thought, not the thought. So, but you have to understand, vritti means what? Vritti means the object included in the mind is a vritti. And because of that vritti, it is called as a thought creating knowledge. So, vrittaya panchataya, klishta aklishtacha. There are five types of vrittis. Which are those? Two of them, klishta aklishtacha. Now, what is the klishta vrittaya? Klishta means klishta hetukaha karmashaya prachaye. Klishta means those thoughts, those vrittis, which are creating the karma phala, the impression on the mind. See, there are two types of thoughts which create impression on the mind and which do not create impression on the mind. Which are those thoughts? That thought from which we do not learn but we react, that thought, reactionary thought, creates an impression on the mind. And because of those impressions, we are responsible for our next life. See, this is called a karma shaya. So we accumulate karma. Karma means karma samskar. Therefore, they are klesha hetukaha. And then this type of thoughts which create impressions on the mind, they become the cause of klesham, is miseries. What is the misery? Misery is we are subjected to the relative world and continue suffering throughout life. I versus you, good versus bad, and it continues. They are called as klesha, the disturbances or miseries. So, karmashaya prachaye, and they are collected in the mind in the form of prachaya, storage. And according to that, the thoughts will come. See? So, kshetri bhuta klishtaha. Kshetri bhuta means they are, kshetra means the body. They are further manifested in the form of the next body that we take. Therefore, we are all born because of the klishta vrittaya. Because of these, we have to learn that when we are interacting with the world, our attention should be, are we creating likes and dislikes? Are we creating friends and enemies? These should be the main criteria when we are interacting with the world. When we like something, that becomes the cause of misery if we do not get it. When we dislike something, that becomes a cause of misery when it comes to us. So, any impression on the mind, let it be good or bad, doesn't make any difference. Both of them become the cause of misery. Therefore, Kshetri Bhuta, and as a result, all this, they are called Karmashaya, the total karma samskar of last life, have given us this body and this life. Kshetribhuta Klishtaha. And as a result, we create problems for us and for others. These are the Klishta Vrittaya. See? Now, Kshetribhutaha, they are responsible for our birth. Now, there are other types of thoughts which do not create impressions on the mind. See? The example which I give, simplest example. When we are touched the fire as a child, we got burned. There is no impression on the mind, but there is the wisdom. Now, what is the difference between the impression and the wisdom? Impression is of two types, likes and dislikes. Wisdom is going beyond likes and dislikes. And therefore, we neither like the fire nor dislike the fire. We use the fire to our benefit. In the same manner, when we are interacting in the world, we have to remain aware, are we creating impressions on the mind or not? What is the position? See? Nobody can help us in this. We have to ourselves understand. Therefore, our Mahamantra, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Don't invite anybody and don't discard anybody. Meaning, remain indifferent. Shatro mitre putre bandho ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandho. Don't create friends and enemies in this world when you are living happily. Don't create anything. So that this klishta vrittaya can be taken care of. Now the second type of thoughts were aklishta vrittaya. Now what is the aklishta vritti? Khyati vishaya guna adhikaraha virodhinya aklishtaha. See? So khyati vishaya. Aklishta means those thoughts which help us discover discrimination. Khyati is Atma Khyati, Viveka Khyati. Khyati means what? Separation, discrimination. Be attentive. Object, entry of the object in the mind, birth of the thought becomes an impression. The impression is responsible for our next action. That next action will again create impression. That impression will again create next action. And in this manner, we get caught up There is no end to it. First cigarette, impression. Second cigarette, because of the first cigarette. Second cigarette you take, impression. That impression goes on going deeper and deeper. And thereafter, this is a punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. One cigarette, after some time, another cigarette. See? So, when we talk about aklishta our wisdom is not corrupted under any set of conditions. We remain under the umbrella of wisdom. Yes, anger. Yes, anger is there, but anger will not help me or anybody in this world. Then what is to be done? There is one school in Dehradun, Wellam Girls School. After my talk was over, one student asked this question, Swamiji, how to control anger? I become very angry. How to control? So I told her, because she's a girl, young girl, teenager, you can't talk to her big, big things. I said, when you become angry, stand in front of the mirror. Except in the movies, they say, when you are angry, you look beautiful. No, when you are angry, you look like a buffalo frozen, the expanded nose. So to maintain your face value, don't become angry. Ah, this is good. See? Therefore, Viveka Khyati, that type of thinking process by which we are able to help ourselves from our own reactions in life. Reactions are klishta vrittaya. They are problem creating thoughts. And aklishta vrittaya are those thoughts which help us come out of the wrong reactions in the given period. Then how to do that, what to do that? Go back to our happy mantra. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. See, hear, don't talk. These are such simple things in life, my friends. If we simply follow it in letter and spirit, you will see complete change will prevail. So, Khyati Vishaya Guna Adhikara Vidyudhinya. And then they will, these Aklishta Vrittaya, they will not be influenced by the gunas. So when there is a Rajoguna, you are too active, and if something doesn't happen according to your choice, immediately anger comes. Or Tamoguna, very lazy, I don't think I should get up another half an hour. No. This Tamas and Rajas will not influence us if we are under the shelter of the Aklishta Vrittaya. Therefore, Virodhinya Aklishta. In our Panchadashi, the same thought comes probably in the 4th chapter. There are two types of Dvaita. It's a Dvaita Vivek. One is Ashastriya Dvaita, and second is Shastriya Dvaita. Duality not supported by the scriptural authority, and duality which is supported by the scriptural authority. Now, what is the duality not supported by scriptural authority? I versus you. When I say you should listen, this is not supported by scriptures. Now, what is supported by scripture? I am a husband and I am with the wife. So, what should be the interaction? In such a manner that there is light generated out of the interaction and not the fire. That is the Shastriya Advaita. So we are talking that I am husband, I am wife, I am mother, I am father. This is accepted. So the Dvaita which is established According to the scriptural authority, all our relations, this is what is called Dharma Shastra. Animals do not have dharma. Human beings alone have dharma. And therefore, when we lead our life according to Dharma Shastra, that is the aklishta vrittayaha. See, we will not be creating a problem for ourselves. Why the problems come? Why should I do only? Why he should not do? See, particularly this happened in the Western world. I have cooked, he should wash the dishes. Now that poor fellow has no choice, he does that also. But then the understanding, love, everything evaporates in no time. Therefore, this aklishta will help us to grow spiritually in our life. Now, another important point. When the klishta when our habitual reactions, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, desire, anger, greed, frustration, jealousy, vengeance, these are klishta troubleshooting thoughts. When they are there, among them also aklishta, the thought of wisdom can prevail. It can prevail. And the other way also, that we are in aklishta vrittaya, that means we are leading a life of wisdom, everything is fine, but suddenly one klishta vritti comes, and then that destroys everything. That klishta vritti is temptation. And they thereafter regrets, frustration. I knew today is Ekadashi, I should not have eaten, but I don't know why did I eat. See, in this manner, these two types of thoughts should be clearly understood. Therefore, see, each and every sutra is so important. Therefore, we must entertain more and more aklishta vrittayaha and not the klishta. The wisdom should be the guiding force in our life. And the routine lifestyle should be under the influence of wisdom and not our habitual lifestyle. See? Therefore, both the thoughts, klishta, troubleshooting, and thought of wisdom, we should never take things for granted in life if you are walking a spiritual path. You may trust a cobra. He may not bite you, knowing that he may die. It is not necessary. When the cobra bites, the person dies. Do you know one thing? I saw this somewhere many years before. I was small that time. That time, for the first time, I discovered this. In a village, the place where I was staying, next to that, there was one man suffering from leprosy. And because it was an old type of a village and all that, a huge cobra came. So when he came, the person with whom I was staying, he called that leper man in his house. So he came. And when the leper came, the cobra ran away. I said, hey, what happened? He said, you don't know? I said, no. Cobras are afraid of leper because if they bite the leprosy patient, they die. See? Therefore, keep friendship with cobra. You may trust anything, anybody in this world. Do not trust your mind. This is the takeaway for you today. Don't trust the mind. Mind should be strict discipline. You see, the whole life will change. So, Vritti Samskara Chakra. Now, Those klishta vrittis, troubleshooting thoughts, they create impressions. Impressions create actions. Actions create impressions. Impressions create action. Action creates impression. There is no end to it. We have to break this cycle. Karma samskar and karma phala. Impression of the uh, deed, then the activation of the deed, then result of the deed. Three things. And you know how the karma happens? This is not specifically mentioned by in this commentary, but we have to understand action plus a sense of doership together constitute karma. I have taken food on Ekadashi. Oh God, I have done such a big sin. Now what will happen? You'll go to hell next. Because I have eaten food. But after the food has gone inside, thereafter there is a constipation, therefore sin. There is a dysentery, therefore merit. No. Because in the digestion of the food, I is not involved. I am digesting. Today I forgot how to digest, therefore there was constipation. No. Therefore, any kriya, therefore it is called as karma phala. It is not kriya phala. So karma is kriya plus sense of doership is karma. That is what Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter. Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. Don't become the cause of creating the result of karma. Now, what is the cause of the result of karma? The cause is the doership. See, I have done so much, I have done so much, then suffer. Be very attentive. If you are a real devotee of God, you are not under the law of karma. Law of karma does not operate for the devotee. Law of karma is operating for a yogi, a tapasvi, a dharmic purusha, not for the devotee, and not for the jnani also. What is the reason? Now, who is the devotee? Jo tari rahe so mari rahe. Oh Lord, thy will be done. So we have no desire. Whatever is happening, your desire, no, your ichcha, I have no problem. To understand this, take this simple example. Traffic rules are there, no doubt. But on whom the traffic rules are operating? On everybody. Yes and no. Yes, when you take the position of a driver, sitting behind a steering and driving the car, that time only the traffic rules are operating on you. The car is moving, but you are not driving the car, you are just a passenger. On the passenger, the traffic rules are not operating. See how simple it is. In the same manner, law of karma is there, no doubt. But the question is, are you sitting in the driver's seat or you are a passenger? Devotee is a passenger. Oh Lord, thy will be done. Relax. Jo tari rahe, so mari rahe. See. But many times you see, devotees are more miserable. Oh God, why this is happening? Our misery is because we do not cooperate with the divine will. Cooperate with the divine will, you will never be miserable in life. See, cooperate with the doctor's prescription, you will be cured. But we are Indian, we go on advising him, don't do this, don't do that. See, friends, Devotion is not begging, oh God, do this, oh God, do that. This principle I learned in Calcutta from a great master who has got tremendous impact on my life. There was one Tamilian in Calcutta, very close friend of mine. And it so happened that I was out of station for 3 4 months when I went. So I went to his place and I found he was lying on the bed and with a mosquito net around. So I asked his wife, I said, Amma, what happened? Her, you don't know, he is suffering from cancer and his all the things have become so brittle that do not touch him. If you lift his hand, the bones break. So from a distance you see him, and you are just like a unconcerned person. So when I saw, I did this Trambakam Jajamaye Sugandhi Pushtivardhanam all sincerely, and thereafter I went for satsanga to this Mahatma who I am referring to. That was the first time he asked me this question. You have something in your mind? What is that? So I asked him this question. Swamiji, this is what happened. I went to see him and I felt very bad that such a nice person is subjected to cancer and he is just counting his days. Therefore, looking at his wife and his children, I had tremendous compassion, pity, and therefore I chanted this Trambakam Yajamahe mantra for his recovery. Now my question is, whatever I had done was right or wrong? That was my question to that Mahatma. He said, whatever you have done, forget about it. Learn. This mantra of learning I got from him. He said, learn. Now tell, is that the God, whomsoever you call, is he the enemy of that man? See? Is the doctor enemy of the patient? This example is not right. But anyway, we have to give some example. Because they open, take out the kidney. You don't know. One of my friend, he was telling somebody died, and then they conducted a postmortem, and there was no stents in his arteries or veins anywhere. But before that, that doctor who did the thing, he has charged for 3 stents, not even one. Now, how do you know what they have put? They have not put. See, so we trust that the doctor is doing good to us. In the same manner, if we are devotee, we will have trust. Whatever happens in our life, it is for our evolution. See? And it's not only for us, for everyone. God is not our enemy. See? Many of us have got this funny notion. See, I have a driving license, but the traffic is very bad. Alright? You have a driving license, you should have the ability to drive through. Remember, the spirituality does not change what is due to you. What changes is your reaction to the situation. That is what wisdom is. See, when we have studied, let us say, mathematics or anything properly, then we develop a faculty by which we can negotiate and do with complicated questions. But if we say, see, I have studied, but the questions are very difficult, you are supposed to solve those difficult questions. Therefore, let us remove this thing from our head. That if I am a devotee, why this happened to me? Oh God, please do this thing what I want. You don't understand what I want. I know better than you. Narayana. And therefore, he doesn't listen to our prayers. Leave it to him. You will see only right things happen in our life. Not a single event of our life is ever wrong. Hold on to this. Then you see, you remain at peace with yourself. Therefore, Krishna vrittis, they create this samskara. Because I have done this thing, I have done this thing, I have done this thing. This I who has been doing, he has to pay for whatever he has done. Then the Kala Chakra, Samskara and the Samsara Chakra continues. See? Therefore, Bhagavan Krishna says in the fifth chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Shaknoti haivaya sodhum prak sharira vimokshanat kama krododbhavam vegam samuktasya sukhi naraha. He who is, while alive, able to get rid of the avega, the gush, the attack of kama krodha, anger and desire. See, if we can stand the gush of desire and anger, then samuktasya sukhindara, he is liberated. See, if you can stand to the traffic properly, then you will not commit an accident. But the problem is, we are driving, then we are seeing the phone, and then complain. See, I have got such a lovely driving license, but I got accident. Friends, recognize this. If we are real devotee of the Lord, we don't ask Him anything. On the contrary, we bless Him. God, I feel pity on you. So many people come and trouble you. Give this, give this, give this. What do? God will tell you in your ears. I don't listen to them. See, friends, come out of this wrong understanding of spiritual life. See? Now, when the chittavritti nirodha, yoga chittavritti nirodha. Chittavritti nirodha, when it happens, means what? When the mind is completely free from any kind of impressions. No impression. See, this one day or the other it has to click us. Impressions do not exist, they appear. And the appearance of the impressions cover the beauty of the mind. See? The waves on the ocean, are they like a boat on the ocean? No. The ocean itself is expressing as waves. And therefore, when waves are there, nothing is added to the ocean. And when all the waves quieten, nothing is lost to the ocean. Exactly the same way. The pure conscious existent Chaitanya, when there are waves, it is the mind. When the waves of the thought are quietened, it is the Chaitanya. So what more sadhana you want to do? This is what you are. Don't try to understand anything. Don't label this experience. Don't try to repeat this experience. It will not be repeated. If you want to repeat, then you require so many conditions. Integral yoga, morning time, satsanga going on, and if that is not there, I don't know. Swamiji, you should not go anywhere. You should stay here. And if I start staying, then you say, Swamiji, how much do you take to go? See, friends. Therefore, these aklishta vrittis do not create samskar. And therefore, we should work on these aklishta vrittis in our life. So, all the great wise people, Jivan Mukta Purushas, they are functioning in this world under the shelter of aklishta vrittis, those vrittis do not create impressions on the mind. See, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter. That description is the Jivan Mukta Purush, a devotee. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha. Sarvabhutanam adveshta. No hatred for anything or anybody in this world. Maitra sarvabhutanam. Being friendly with everyone in this world. Karuna, compassionate for all the beings in this world. See, these are aklishta vrittis. They do not create impact on our mind. See, when I love my child, whether it is love or attachment, this question was asked to me by one Gujarati lady in Matanchari, Kerala. I was staying with them many years before. So morning, as usual, 4 o'clock, I get up, I want a cup of tea. So she used to give me. And she asked me, Swamiji, I give you tea in the morning at 4 o'clock? Yes. Thank you very much. No, no, not that. I want to ask you something. I give coffee to my son. He is studying for his 12th standard. That time also I do the same thing for him. Now I want to know. I love you also and I love him also. Now what is the difference between these two love? See? I said, your love for your child is attachment if he doesn't listen to you when he's grown up, then you will become miserable. That love which fructifies in the misery is attachment. That love which does not fructify in miseries, that is pure love. See? In other words, love for the finite is attachment. Love for the infinite is pure love. No attachment. See? And as if I had to say that, then the boy grown up and all that, he got married to someone not belonging to their community. And then Swamiji, I never expected. I have seen such a beautiful girl from our community, but he like one Malayali and he got married to that Malayali. Swamiji, what should I do? I said, that girl, what you selected for him, give me. I'll get married. See, friends, we have to differentiate whether it is pure love or attachment. Attachment binds you, and pure love liberates you. See? Therefore, the Jivan Mukta Purushas, they live in this world, but they are living not with attachment. They are with everybody, and yet they are not caught with anybody. So, these are the klishta and aklishta vrittis and their detailed understanding. Therefore, it is the Purusha who is experiencing everything through the vrittis. And the vrittis are two types, klishta, aklishta, which are creating problems and which are solving the problems. And both of them can be contaminated by the opposite and also can be protected through wisdom. And therefore, the experience is taking place by the reflected consciousness, chidabhasa, and not by the vritti. Now, this is important point to be attentive. Like when my eyes are open, objects are seen. Where the objects are seen, they are caught in the mind. You must have seen there are some people when they sleep, everything is open. Eyes open, nose open, mouth open. There are some people, they are awakened. Now, in front of their eyes, if you take 4 plus 4, how much? No reply, because there is no mind behind it. See? So, all the impressions, they happen on the mind through the sense organs. Now, after these impressions are happening on the mind, it is happening even in the deep sleep when the eyes and mouth is open. That time also the impression is happening on the mind, but that mind is inert. Meaning, on that mind, the reflection of the consciousness has not happened. When the Chidabhas happens as a reflection of the consciousness on the thought of that object, then it is the reflected consciousness who, along with the thought or the vritti, become the knower. See, in Atma Bodh we have seen yesterday, thought by itself doesn't know anything, it is inert. The Chidabhas by itself cannot know without the thought. So, the Chidabhasa reflected consciousness and the thought together create a khichadi, and that is the one which is the experiencer. So, the man is one and the husband is reflected in the wife. So, who is miserable? Only the man is not miserable, only the lady is not miserable. But when this man associates himself with the lady and a husband is created, that husband is miserable. So, who is husband? Man, the pure consciousness, and the wife, the thought, together constitute the experiencer. In deep sleep, the man is not identified with the wife, therefore he is not a husband, therefore he is happy, therefore he snores. If this becomes clear, jiva, 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 soul, soul, soul is not anywhere. It is the limited expression of the unlimited being is called as the soul. See? Suppose your shoe number is 8. I don't know what is my shoe number. So, if happen you go to a shop and select a shoe, and then you have to they will be giving you bill and go pay to the cashier, and then with that paid cash this bill, you go to the delivery counter. They look at it. Oh, this is your thing. You go. So you take it, and after you go, you have to go for a special party, chief minister's marriage party. You have to go there. Naturally, you have to put on beautiful clothes and everything, new shoes you have bought for that. But it so happened that person who packed, he packed you one number less shoe. Your number is 8, he gave you shoe number 7. On, and then you put on that and go. I think it is new, therefore it is little tight. I think it will be all right after some time. And you go sit in the car, and up to there no walking, so it's only you are inside the car. I think it is okay. I think you reach there, get out of the car, and start walking the steps. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, why are you walking like this thing? No, it's okay. No, there's something wrong with your shoe. I think yes. Why don't you remove it? Come on, in this five-star hotel, how can I remove shoes and walk without shoes? Then suffer. One number less shoe makes us dance and behave funny in the society. That Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayak Paramatma suffocated in this useless body, and that funny expression of the Paramatma is called a Jiva, the soul. What is to be done? Remove the shoe, be attentive. We do it every day. What is sleep? Remove the body identification. You are one with the divine. But again come back. Where did I keep my shoe? There on the bed. Get it. And start suffering. See, friends, if we understand our scriptures, life is a great fun. But you see, most of the places, whether they are talking about yoga or Vedanta or devotion or karma, they make us feel that we are the most wretched, useless ones. Papoham pap karma. You are divine. But I don't think, who cares? Divine you are. See, friends. So, what should be the spiritual practice? Our Maha Mantra. Play, realize, realize. Don't the children play? Home, home, brother, sister, they become husband, wife. They don't become, but they are just playing. Why? Time pass. Life is a time pass. Similarly, play, happy, happy. I'm fine. How are you? Perfectly all right. Don't take the revenge. How are you? Sit, I'll tell you. And make him miserable. No. Just practice this. Slowly, all the klishta vrittis, the problem creating thought pattern, the negativity, everything will evaporate. See? In this manner, these two types of vrittis are to be clearly understood, and if the vritti is klishta, then you become miserable. If the vritti is aklishta, you will not become miserable. And when you go beyond the vrittis, you are tada drashtuhu sarupe avasthanam. So three stages. Klishta vritti, you are a samsari. Aklishta vritti, you are a seeker. And you transcend the vrittis, you are the divine. Three steps. After this is done, then the question comes, um, what are the types of vrittis or thoughts? First we have seen klishta, aklishta. Now the next one is, what are the type of the thoughts? So here it is said in the sixth sutra, pramana, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smrtayaha. These are the five types of thoughts. First, they were two types classified, good and bad. Now, further, they are pramana, viparya, vikalpa, nidra, smrtaya. Five of them. Now, first of all, we'll just take a little bit and then try to understand. It's a very exhaustive text. If you have got that book, you can study it yourself. Pramana vritti is that, see, in Vedanta, it is said, or normally people say, for seeing the colors and the forms, vision is the pramana. Because a blind person cannot see colors and forms. So, colors and forms are seen by the eyes. So, eyes are the pramana. Pramana means that which creates knowledge. See, prama means knowledge. So, that which creates knowledge is pramana. So, eyes create the knowledge of the colors and forms, therefore, is pramana. But Yoga Shastra says no, that is not pramana. Pramana is knowledge does not happen in the eyes. Knowledge happens in the mind. See how subtle it is. Therefore, when an object is comprehended by any sense organ, it is brought to the mind. Because the mind alone has become the sense organ. The sense organ is only a means. It is not the authority pramana. So the pramana is pramana vritti. The thought of that particular object is called as pramana. See? Then second vritti is viparya. Viparya is what is understood the wrong way. Like this. We go to the jeweler and ask the jeweler, is there gold in the ornament? This is viparya. What is the truth? Ornament is superimpose on the gold. Because what is an ornament? Name, form, and the gold. So when the name and form are dissolved, is anything happening to the gold? No. So when names and forms are added, nothing is added to the gold. When they are dissolved, nothing is lost. But our mistake is that we imagine inside the gold, inside the ornament, there is gold. Like inside the cup, there is water. No, this is viparya. In the same manner, we have this notion I am inside the body. See, yesterday I told you external air and internal air, unless they are connected, life is not possible. Therefore, the prana is not in the body is in the prana. You disconnect external air and internal air, you cannot survive. See, so important. This is viparya, wrong understanding. And then mind is inside and world is outside. Another thing. So wherever the concept of in and out is valid, it is viparya, wrong understanding. What is the real thing? When you are in deep sleep, you are there. Therefore, you can experience your being. That time, whether we are inside the body or outside the body, whether we are inside house or outside the house, time, space, object all disappears. But we continue to be. But our notion is because the mind is inside, I am inside, the world is outside, samsara begins. Viparjaya, wrong understanding of the facts. Then the third vritti is vikalpa. See, vikalpa is all possible imaginations. See, this way, that way, this way, that way. I think it should be done. No, no, it can be done this way. But it will constantly vikalpa. Sankalpa, vikalpa goes on, there is no end to it. Because of this vikalpa, many seekers suffer the most. Sometimes they go to Gangaji, then they become Gangaram. See? Then they go to Jamunaji, they become Yamunaram. Then they go home, they become um, Liquid Ram. See, friends, no stability. Therefore, this vikalpa, they create so many options and then we get confused. One lady called me, Swamiji, please tell me what is my Ishta Devata. You don't know what type of questions we get. I said, are you playing a riddle or what? Please tell me what is my Ishta Devata. No, 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 I am confused. I don't know what is my Ishta Devata. So what should I do? I said, okay, enumerate the God's names. So she started Hanumanji, Bhagwan Krishna, Bhagwan Ram, Radhaji, and then Santoshi Mata, then Devi, Ganeshji. I said, your Ishta Devata is Hanumanji. How do you say that? I said, no logic, no logic. See? But how did you tell? I said, you started with Hanumanji. It is so simple. I said, yes, simpler than that. Hold on to anything, everything is the same. Therefore, vikalpa. Then, nidra. Nidra is the best thought. This is the difference between yoga and Vedanta. According to Yoga Shastra, nidra, sleep is a thought. See? Abhava pratyaya lambana vritti nidra. It will come there. Nidra means when the object is absence. Abhava pratyaya. Nothing is existing. That experience of absence of everything is called a nidra because it is a thought. But Vedanta says the other way around. Vedanta says that which is present in the absence of everything, that is the truth. See? So you go beyond Jagra Sapna Sushupti, Nidra, and then Smriti. Smriti is storage of all the memories. See? What happened here, what happened there, when we went there, when we went here. Do you remember I had come over there? Swamiji, how do you forget? I said, because I don't remember. So simple. But we keep on accumulating. And then our, what you call, storage space is full. Last small story and I'll conclude. There was one man overloaded with studies, went to a Mahatma. And he said, Maharaji, please instruct me in spirituality. He said, anyway, you have come, sit down, we'll have a cup of tea and then. He got a kettle and a saucer and a cup and started pouring in front of us. First take a cup of tea, then we'll talk. The cup was filled and then he continued pouring. The cup was overflowing. Then the saucer also got filled in. So this man said, Sir, it is already full, you cannot add anything. He said, You got the instruction? You are so much full. First, you empty yourself. Then only the truth is revealed. Therefore, Smriti, don't bring your past in the present. About past, we can do only one thing. Select, shift, delete. No other option. You cannot undo your past. You cannot change your past. Drop it. Otherwise, the same thing, old things. See? That is why don't get involved with those people who are too much of family oriented. All the time, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Enough up to some limit, not beyond that. Give it a try and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om